What's going on, gang? Zakk Wylde here, and you're all doing a hang, and you're watching Loudwire.
Hey everyone, it's Joe from Loudwire, and the man sitting next to me is one of the greatest guitar players in the world, Mr. Zakk Wylde.
Thanks, Father Joe. I'll hand you that 20 and get done with this. But anyway, so what's going on?
So we're here to talk about Grimmest Hits, new album from Black Label Society.
The whole thing is, you look at it this way. If it's Grimmest Hits, you know going in, there's a grim chance there's going to be any hits on this record. So if you don't hear any, you just go, well, you knew going in. And if somebody says, actually, I listened to the album, it's actually not as grim as I thought it would be, that's a win.
So set your expectations low, and they can only be exceeded,
without a doubt.
right?
Without a doubt. That's what you do.
So what I love about this album is that it's just the complete return of the riff. So there's a bunch of Sabbath worship all over the place. I'm not saying your riffs haven't gone anywhere.
When isn't there? You know what I'm saying? So
but this one just feels really forceful and mighty. And you told us in a recent interview that a lot of stuff that you hear today are chord-based songs. So what do you think of the importance of riff in music today and what you're doing with Black Label Society?
I mean, it's just different approaches. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with chord-based songs either. But I'm just saying. But I mean, I'm talking like straight up riffs, whereas like you could. If I just gave you 2 strings on a guitar, and that's all you got. I mean, I'm just saying, because then you're kind of forced to have to write riffs, you know. Or if I gave you a bass, it's just like, well, you're only limited to 4 strings. Or like you said, if I said just see what you can write on 2 strings, you know, because then it's like, I mean, because if you play Iron Man, you could play it on your low E string, you know, or Smoke on the Water or anything like that. I'm just saying, it kind of just forces you to have to, you know, put your riff hat on and just write everything based around riffs. But I think everybody's just is really a reflection of all the stuff you digest and everything you love. You know what I mean? So it's just like, and for me, it's just everything I love, whether it's Sabbath, Zeppelin, Allman Brothers, Skinner, Bad Company, Stones, you know, Percy Sledge, Sam Cooke. I mean, like all the stuff, Elton John. I mean, anything, you know, when it comes to the mellow stuff, Neil Young and stuff like that. And then, but anything riff-driven is usually always, you know, yeah, there's going to be tons of Lord Iommi floating around all over the place.
Now, going back to the title a little bit with Grimmest Hits, a lot of the subject matter here is very dreary. Is this where your headspace has been at recently, or is this just a reflection of what's going on in the world around you?
The reflection is when I wake up in the morning, I have to look at this. It's pretty dreary and it's pretty grim. So that's the answer to that question. Yeah, so that's all I got.
And one song on here, A Love Unreal, seems to kind of flip the script with all the lyrics that you're writing and kind of heals all the wounds.
A Love Unreal is basically a woman is with you, she thinks you're a great guy. And this love, maybe it could be real. But then you had to go that you thought you pushed it. You went a little too far because you went for a burrito that happened to be tainted with a little bit of mad cow in it. You're in the car. You're having a smoochy session. The burrito turns on you.
Oh, no.
She looks at you, well, throughout the fog, and says, this is a love unreal. Let me out of the car, and that's the end of this relationship. So there you go. That's what that song's based about.
You heard that one here first.
And that's the reason why the cover's green as well. So it's pushing a lot of that as well.